Imagine this. You're in the middle of a conversation, or perhaps you're in traffic. Someone cuts you off, or a friend says something that stings. Your body reacts before you can even think. Your heart starts racing, your fists clench, and in that split second, words slip out of your mouth. Sharp, defensive, maybe even hurtful. It's like a reflex, a gut reaction that you can't control. You feel this surge of energy, of angst or frustration, and in that moment, it feels good. It feels like you've done something, like you've taken control. But when the dust settles, you realize something. That quick reaction didn't feel as good as it did in the moment. In fact, you're left with regret, or worse, you've hurt someone you care about. But what if I told you that the most powerful thing you could do in that moment isn't to react, but to pause, to stay silent? What if the strength you need is already inside you, waiting for the right moment of stillness to take control? This is where the ancient Stoics can teach us something profound. They understood that silence isn't weakness, it's power. In a world that constantly demands reactions, whether it's from the people around us, the news, or even our own inner struggles, the Stoics teach us to pause, reflect, and then choose how we respond. Imagine how different your life could be if, in those moments of tension and conflict, you chose to stay silent and respond with intention, rather than simply reacting. This, my friends, is the power of silence, the Stoic way. Let's think about it for a moment. We all know how it feels when something or someone presses our buttons. Whether it's a rude comment, an unfair situation, or a challenge to our ideas, it stirs something inside of us. Our instincts say react, and in the heat of the moment, it's hard to resist. But here's the thing. Every time we react impulsively, we miss an opportunity to reflect, to choose our response thoughtfully. Marcus Aurelius, one of the greatest Stoic philosophers, understood this well. In his meditations, he wrote, "The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury." In other words, the true strength lies in how we respond to others, not in how we react. Think about the last time someone said something that triggered you. Your initial response was likely emotional, maybe even defensive. But after the moment passed, did you feel better? Or did you feel regret for not taking a moment to breathe and reflect before responding? The Stoics believe that we don't have to react immediately to every stimulus around us. In fact, they saw reaction as a weakness. When we react too quickly, we allow emotions to dictate our decisions instead of reason. Seneca, another Stoic philosopher, said, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." How many times have we been driven to act by imagined fears or frustrations, only to realize later that the situation wasn't as bad as we thought? The power of silence allows us to break that cycle. It gives us the space to pause, reflect, and respond with wisdom. Silence in this context is not about doing nothing. It's about choosing to do something more powerful by pausing and giving yourself time to think. This simple act of pausing allows your emotions to settle, like a storm clearing in the mind. Your thoughts become clearer, and you gain control over your actions, rather than letting your emotions control you. So how do we incorporate this powerful practice of silence into our daily lives? It's simpler than you might think. In the face of stress, frustration, or even anger, the Stoics suggest we take a moment to pause and reflect before we act. In a world that rewards instant responses, taking a step back to choose how we respond can be incredibly empowering. Let me give you some practical steps to help you embrace silence in your life. 1. The pause button. The first step is simple. Learn to pause. In those moments when you feel the urge to react, when your emotions start to rise, and you feel that instinct to lash out, pause. Count to 5. Take a deep breath. Allow yourself that brief moment of silence. This pause helps cool down your emotions and gives your rational mind a chance to take the lead. The Stoics believe that by controlling our reactions, we gain true freedom. By pausing, we reclaim control of our emotions. 2. Self-reflection. Once you've taken that moment of silence, take time to reflect on why you felt triggered. Ask yourself, what exactly made me feel this way? What can I learn from this situation? This is where journaling comes in. Marcus Aurelius did this every day. He used his journal to reflect on his thoughts, his reactions, and the challenges he faced. By writing down our feelings, we gain clarity, and we can better understand ourselves and our emotions. 3. Mindfulness in conversation. In any conversation, especially difficult ones, practice active listening. Instead of thinking about your next response while the other person is speaking, just listen. Let their words settle in before responding. This not only gives you time to think, but also helps you understand the other person's perspective better. Seneca wrote, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it." Listening mindfully allows you to make the most of your interactions with others, showing respect and understanding rather than rushing to defend yourself. 4. Respond with virtue. Every time you choose silence, choose to respond with virtue. In the midst of a stressful situation, ask yourself, what would a wise person do here? How can I respond with courage, justice, and wisdom? Stoicism teaches us that we are defined not by our reactions, but by how we choose to act in each moment. Every response should reflect your highest values, your Stoic virtues. The power of silence isn't about avoiding conflict or passivity. It's about taking control of how we respond to life. Every time we pause before reacting, we regain our power. We choose to act with clarity and purpose, rather than being driven by our emotions. The next time life throws a challenge your way, whether it's a heated argument, a frustration, or a stressful moment, remember, don't react, reflect. Silence isn't weakness. It's the foundation of strength. It's the space in which you find clarity, wisdom, and the ability to choose the best response. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury." The true power lies in how we respond, not just to others, but to ourselves. Choosing silence gives us the chance to rise above the noise of our emotions and act with integrity. In those moments of stillness, we become the best version of ourselves. If this video resonated with you, I encourage you to start practicing the power of silence in your own life. Take a moment before reacting. Pause, reflect, and choose your response. You'll be amazed at how this simple practice can transform your relationships, your mindset, and your experience of the world. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more insights into Stoic philosophy and how to live a life of wisdom, strength, and resilience. Stay calm, stay stoic.